when there is a collision between God and everything that is standing between you and your promised land. There are many of us here. At one time or the other, God has spoken directly concerning your situation. You knew that the word of prophecy that came had been for you. You knew it. You have been waiting for the manifestation, and you know that once God has spoken, it is settled. When God speaks, it is done. What you may not know is that there is a force standing between you and the fulfillment of that prophecy. God is going to take care of that tonight. God promised the children of Israel a land going with milk and honey. On the way, the Red Sea came and said, "No, I'm not going to let you enter into the promised land." The children of Israel could not swim. They didn't have boats. There was a definite delay about to happen. Then the wind blew. The east wind, which is another title for the Holy Spirit, blew. The way opened, and the children passed on to their promised land. As God lives, before sunrise tomorrow, somebody will have stepped into the promised land. Let me give you another example. Ezekiel 37. And I know this is specifically for someone. Ezekiel 37 from verse 1 to 11 tells you the story of a valley of dry bones. A valley of hopeless people. Not only were they dead, they had become bones, and the bones were dry. And the Bible said, no, they were very dry. Absolutely hopeless. Then all of a sudden, a word of prophecy came. Bones, live. And suddenly, there was a shaking. Bones began to join together with bones. Flesh covered them. And then everything stopped. There are some people listening to me today for whom God had organized this year's special divine encounter. Bones had found bones. The boy had found the girl he's going to marry. Arrangements have been completed. But if we stop there, there'll be nothing to show for it. The valley had become full of bodies, no longer bones, but bodies with flesh. Until the wind blew. And when the wind blew, life came. Some of you can feel your blessing. You can almost touch them. But there has been a delay. Today there will be a collision. I'll give you another example. You will find this one in the book of Joshua. God told Joshua in Joshua chapter 1, from verse 1 to 8. God said, Joshua, everywhere you go, I've given it to you. Joshua was happy. But then he came against the wall of Jericho. And the wall of Jericho said, no, I'm not going to allow you to pass through. So there was a delay. But then by the time you got to Joshua chapter 5, from verse 13 to 15, Joshua 5, 13 to 15, while Joshua was surveying the wall, and said, what's causing this delay now? The captain of the host of heaven came and told him what to do. God is going to speak to someone tonight. You know the rest of the story. By the time we got to Joshua chapter 6, and we read all the way from beginning to the end, after the children of Israel had done what God asked them to do, they shouted. The wall heard a noise, and the wall fell. Those of you who came to divine, those of you who came to the divine encounter of this morning, the regular monthly divine encounter, they heard that God can use a voice. Talk to somebody who will always come and supply the solution to your problem. Somebody is going to hear a noise from heaven today.